So in this clip, we see Curly's wife and we see George. They're alone in the barn. Okay. She's obviously the only woman in the whole book. Okay. Curly, it's his wife. It's kind of like she's a prize. Okay. We have that feminist kind of thing coming out, saying, asking, what is the feminine opinion and view of this book. Well, obviously, the female character is a weak character who is like a possession. Okay, and it shows that concept of loneliness and isolation. She's lonely and isolated. Curly puts her away like she's some doll that has to be in a box, um, which is unfortunate because her character, what you read from her, even if you just read the book, she kind of has a personality. She's kind of interesting. She probably she has potential, but because of the circumstances that she's in, her best bet was to marry Curly, right? Because she'll want for nothing except for companionship. So that's her loneliness piece. And then we have, and she's isolated. And then we have George, who is lonely and isolated as well. When she asked if you've ever had a sweetheart, well, George has been working. He's been taking care of Lenny. He's been doing everything that he can to take care of himself. He never thought about having a relationship with someone else. And the depression kind of had this tone to it where men or women or whoever would go and work, go across the country, take a train and find work because they needed money. And this did not allow for human connection or connecting because they were never in one place for a long time. They always moved around. That's what a vagabond is. That's where they called what they called the people that went cross country to do different works. That's one word for it. And a vagabond is a person that doesn't stay in one place for very long. And so this whole isolation piece of the depression really is brought to the forefront in all of Steinbeck's books, but especially with this scene in general, as well as with George and Lenny. So this whole idea that they can't really connect with people because they're not in one place for a very long time. Isolation and loneliness during the Depression was a very real thing.